have to step down. You have to step down. Okay. Please introduce yourself and the story that you will tell. And I have to tell you that I might stop you in the middle of your presentation because of the time limit. Okay? I'm ready if you are ready. You can start now.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jessica Inefadia from 9B. Today, I will be telling a story about Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Once upon a time, there were three bears who lived in a neat and tidy house in the woods. Father Bear was a great big bear. Mother Bear was a middle-sized bear. And Baby Bear was a small wee bear. The three bears were very well behaved and never did any harm. One day, Mother Bear made hot porridge for breakfast, and she poured it into 3 bowls. Then, because they were sensible bears, they left their porridge to cool and went for a walk. While they were out, a little girl named Goldilocks came along. She was supposed to be doing some shopping for her mother, but when she saw the house, she forgot all about it and walked up the garden path. Then she knocked on the door. Knock, knock, knock. But there was no answer. So she opened the door and walked in. Wow. Goldilocks had a good look around. Then she saw the porridge on the table. First, she tried the porridge in Father Bear's bowl. This porridge is too hot, she said. Then she tried the porridge in Mother Bear's bowl. This porridge is too cold, she said. And then she tried the porridge in Baby Bear's bowl. This porridge is just right. So she ate it all up. With Goldilocks' tummy full of porridge, she felt a bit sick, so she looked somewhere to sit. First, she sat on Father Bear's chair. This chair is too high, she said. Then she sat on Mother Bear's chair. This chair is too wide, she said. Then she looked at Baby Bear's chair. I think that chair looks just right, she said. So she plucked herself down on the chair, but oh dear, the chair broke into pieces. Bother, said Goldilocks crossly. She didn't even feel sorry that she broke the chair. By this time, Goldilocks felt a bit sleepy, so she went upstairs to find the bed. First, she laid on Father Bear's bed. This bed is too hard, she said. Bear's bed. This bed is too soft, she said. Then she laid on Baby Bear's bed. This bed is just right, she said. So she snuggled herself under the blanket and went to sleep. While she was sleeping, the three bears came home. They were really hungry and was looking forward to eat their porridge. But, oh dear, Goldilocks had left the spoon on the bowl. The bears were very surprised. Someone ate my porridge, said Father Bear. Someone ate my porridge, said Mother Bear. Someone ate my porridge, said Baby Bear. And you've eaten it all up. The three bears knew that something was going on. They looked at Now the three bears were neat and tidy bears, so they always left their cushions straight on their chair. But oh dear, Goldilocks didn't bother to do that. The three bears quickly noticed it. Someone has been sitting in my chair, said Father Bear. Someone has been sitting in chair, said Mother Bear. Someone has been sitting in my chair, said Baby Bear. And they've broken it. No. But then the three bears heard a noise coming from upstairs. So they rushed upstairs to see what was going on. The three bears always made their bed in the morning and always smoothed out the covers. But oh dear, Goldilocks had missed them out. Someone has been laying in my bed, said Father Bear. Someone has been laying in my bed, said Mother Bear. Someone has been laying in my bed, said Baby Bear. And there's no in it. The sound of Baby Bear's high-pitched voice pinged like an alarm in Goldilocks' ear. So she peeked out the cover and she saw the three bears staring at her. Goldilocks got in such a fright that she leaped out of bed, slid down the banisters, and ran all the way home to her mother. The end.
Hello, my name is Ujian and I'm from 9B, and today I will tell a story about the three little pigs. Now shall I start? Once upon a time, there were a pig family that lived at the edge of the forest. There were a mother pig with three little pigs. The three little pigs grew up so fast, so their mother told them to. So their mother told them to build their own houses. She said, "Here, I packed some food for you, and beware of that big bad wolf." And then the mother pig kisses their own kids. The first little pig was the laziest. He walked not far from their house and was already exhausted. It's so exhausting. Until he met a farmer with a lot of straw. He got an idea of making a house with straw. Ah, hello. Will you give me some straw to build the house? Oh, yes, you may. Here you go. Have some of mine. Thank you so much, Mr. Farmer. Phew, I made it just in time. Now it's time for you to rest. The big bad wolf smelled the first little pig's scent and then came to his house and knocked the front door. Little pig, let me in. The first little pig was lazy, but he wasn't silly at all. No, not by the hair of my chin. Then I'll huff and puff and I'll blow your house. The wolf blew the first little pig's house. No! Please don't eat me! The wolf ate the first little pig. The second little pig was grumpy, and he walked pretty far into the forest where he met some campers collecting sticks, and he got an idea of making a house with sticks. Hello, hello. Will you give me some sticks to build a house, please? Oh, yes, you may. Here, take some of ours. Thank you very much. That was pretty exhausting. Big bad wolf came to the second little pig's house and knocked the front door again. Little pig, let me in. The second little pig was grumpy, but he wasn't silly. No, not by the hair of my chin. Then I'll huff and puff and I'll blow your house. The wolf blew the second little pig's house. No, my house is ruined. No, please don't eat me. I'm begging you. The wolf ate the second little pig. The third little pig was the smartest of them all. She went pretty far until into the edge of small town. She met some builders with bricks, and she got an idea of making her house with bricks. Oh, you can give me some bricks to build your house, please? Oh, yes, you may. Here you go. Enjoy building your house. Thank you very much, sir. Phew, now it's time to make some tea. Big bad wolf came to the third little pig's house and knocked the front door. Little pig, let me in. The third little pig was smart, and she wasn't silly at all. No, not perfect. My chin, chin, chin. Then I'll huff and puff, and I'll blow your house. Why? Why? It isn't working. It's so exhausting. I've got an idea to trick this little pig. Little pig, I know where all the carrots are. Where? At the field beside the river. If you want, I'll call you at 7 tomorrow morning and we'll go there tomorrow. Ah, okay, I agree with you. The first little pig went to the field 1 hour before the wolf came and and brought all the carrots to her house. And when the wolf realized this, he was tricked. When he saw all the carrots in the field are gone. Oh no! Where are all the carrots? No! I've been tricked! But she won't trick me for the second time. The big bad wolf once tricked the third little pig, but instead he was tricked twice after that over the apples and over the fair when he was almost ran over by a butcher. And he was so angry and he screamed, "Ah! What? You've tricked me once over carrots, second over apples, and third over the fair. But you won't get away this time. I'm coming down the chimney to eat you." The third little pig rushes and took the biggest pot that she ever had, filled it up with water, and lit the fireplace and put the biggest pot on the fireplace. The wolf fell from the chimney into the boiling water with a big splash. Sadly, the big bad wolf died. And the third little pig lived happily ever after. Thank you very much.
Now I really enjoy your performance today. We might even consider to invite you to the kindergarten to tell the story because it's very, very good. You did a good job. Perfect.
Thank you very much.
Hello, ma'am. My name is Celine from 9B, and today I will tell you a story about Rumpelstiltskin. Once upon a time, there lived a poor miller and his daughter. The miller and his daughter were usually looked down on because they were poor. So one day, the miller decided to create up a lie, saying, "My daughter could spin straw into gold," and everyone believed him, until it reached the king. When the king heard the news, he was delighted. "Oh wow, I need to see this for myself. Get her to the palace tomorrow morning." Because it was an order, the miller's daughter could not refuse, and so she went to the palace next morning. When she arrived, the king led her inside a room, which was full of straw. The straw was as tall as the ceiling, and her worst nightmare had came true. The king handed her over a spinning wheel and told her, I would like to see this room filled with gold the next morning. If you fail to do so, then you shall die, he threatened. And so he left the girl locked inside the room, crying because she was scared of her death. Suddenly, the locked door unlocked itself, and it revealed a small, strange man. The small, strange man went inside and asked the girl, Hello, miss. Why are you crying? I have to spin all these straw into gold, and I don't know how to do so. And so the small man offered her a deal. What will you give me if I help you spin all these straw into gold? And the girl finally thought hard and came to a conclusion where she is going to give her bracelet. I will give you my bracelet, she said. And so the small man took the bracelet and started spinning all the straw. The next morning, when the king came to check on her, he was very surprised on what he had saw. The room was filled with gold, and he was really happy. Oh wow, the gold that I've been waiting for. And because he was a greedy king, he brought her into a second room, where the room was twice as big as the first one and was filled with more straw. He then told the girl the same thing. I would like to see gold in this room the next day. If you fail to do so, then you shall die. And again, the small strange man came back to help the girl in exchange of her ring. When the third day came, the king came back and saw gold once again, and he led her again into a third room, which is twice as big as the first one, and filled with much more straw. This time, the miller's daughter didn't think that the small man would help her the third time, but so he did. When he came inside the room, he helped the girl, but then he had to come to a deal where the miller's daughter has to give her firstborn child when she becomes queen. Finally, the miller's daughter had got married with the king, and they lived happily ever after. But then, when she had her firstborn child, the small man came back to the palace and told her, Give me the child. And that was when she forgot all about him and said, No, I cannot give you my child, she said. The small man took pity on her and finally said, I will give you 3 days. If you can guess my name in that time, then you won't have to give me your firstborn child. So she agreed, and she sent messengers all around to search for names. When the third day, for the first and second day, she couldn't guess the names, and the small man would always reply with, That is not my name, giggled and laughed. And so on the third day, one of her messengers said that, My dear queen, I have come to tell you that when I came to the mountains and there was a cottage, there was also a campfire in front of it, and there was a small strange man dancing and singing a weird song. He sang, No one will guess my name. I will win this game, for no one can guess that Rumpelstiltskin's my name, he said. And so the queen got delighted. And the next day, when the small man came back to the palace, he asked one last time, So, maiden, what do you think my name is? And then she pretended not to know. Could it be Rumpelstiltskin? And that was when the small man got angered to rage and jumped up and down, making the floor below him drop, and he was never to be seen again. Thank you.